Hey YouTube, how you doing? This is Dave here. So remember when I said originally we were going to go with the sloppy stage 2 cam right in that box right there? Well, we still are, just not quite this minute, because I'll be dead honest with you guys, I am tired of pulling this engine out. I enjoy the SS immensely, I enjoy driving it, but it's getting cold in here, and frankly, I just don't feel like pulling this thing out. And you know, yeah, we'll give up a little bit of power with the LS9 cam in there versus the sloppy stage 2, but frankly, we'll just crank the boost up a little bit. So what I want to do is I'll swap the cover out. I'm going to get all the push rods, everything back in this engine. We're going to get this pig buttoned up. There's a couple little things I noticed. This pulley is too far in. This is actually a CTS pulley. So what that'll end up doing is make the spacing right, but it also helps you from hitting the power steering lines on this. So that's a little tech tip for today. But what we're going to do, I was working over here on the 6-liter, the LS3 style intake, and oh man, I don't even know where to start really on this, to be honest with you. So, well, you know, I got these great injectors from Fuel Injector Clinic, and let me show you what I think we'll end up doing is let me just pull one of these out, and I'll show you what I mean here. So, all right. So I've got these great injectors. They're brand spanking new, right? And sorry if it's not in the right field here so you could see it. These guys are 80-pounders. Now, this is my own screw up. I totally forgot about this, mainly because it's been a while since I've worked. I got the ID 850 injectors for an LS3 LSA style intake, so it was a no-brainer. It was just a slam dunk and I'm done, right? So these guys perceivably initially fit, but you can see diameter isn't right. So dumbass Dave forgot that the O-ring, it's a different O-ring on the bottom of them. So what do I have to do? All right, so what ends up, I think, having to happen is I got to get the orange style O-ring for it. I think is like the simplest fix for the LS3 style intake. I have an LS2 intake I'm going to give it a shot, but doing some cross-referencing, it doesn't look like it's the right size. So I think that the biggest problem I think I'm going to end up having here is that I'm going to come up with some sort of damn workaround for it. And to be honest with you, as much as I love using the stock style intake, I got, you know, an LS3 there. I got an LS3 there that was from the SS. I've got 2 truck intakes sitting right there on the shelf that I could just use the goddamn decap truck injectors and then make the rails work for it. So to be honest with you, I'm going to make this thing work if it's the last thing I do. But you know what? Whatever it is, you know, it's going to work. It's going to make power, and we're going to have fun with it. So one of the things, you know, just kind of backing up here, looking at the, sorry, I got my tripod in view there. Looking at the Cutlass is, I'm not sure how I want this car, like what the personality of this car is going to be. I know I'm going to have to put some really fat tires on this thing to hold this. You know, I do have the 9-inch wheels piled up somewhere around here for this, but I think they sell 9.5s, and I think I'll go with like a 275 radial on. I got the 245s over there for handling purposes, but this thing's obviously going to be a bit more of a drag car. Yes, it does have the ability to make turns, which is why, you know, I'm still running fairly decent meat on it. But I'm going to have this set up so that I can run E85 as well. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff. I'm rambling here. Let's get down to business, get this thing back together, start mocking up the turbo, guys. All right? Stay tuned. Okay, guys, so we're reevaluating here. Very interesting. So I just realized that I'm definitely going to have to probably go with the truck balancer. Because the SS balancer will not work. So I found an old truck balancer. I just actually, so you can see how ghetto we're being on this one. You can see here that it is, I just painted it up a little bit to make it look slightly less garbagey. And what we're going to end up doing here is stabbing that on. That'll give us enough room to put the fitting on for the drain flange. What does that mean? That means that I'm going to probably have to pull that entire accessory drive off, and that blows because I don't know if I have all the hardware to screw the truck balancer or screw the truck accessory drive back on. I do have 2 truck intakes there. That means I'll probably have injectors to do it. I may see if I can find a Trailblazer SS intake. But to be honest with you, I do have the... I do have a cable one there, which should work fine. I got the truck injectors. I have to see. I do have better injectors. I don't know if that'll work for it. I have those other rails. They may work. I don't know. We're going to do a little bit of homework here because I may have bought a bunch of parts that aren't going to work with this setup the way that I currently have it. So lesson learned. Don't be stupid. Do a little bit more research because then you blow money. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to regroup. We're going to pull one of those truck intakes down. I'm going to see which one is the less ratty of the two. And you can see there I got Matt's videos on YouTube right now. But I want to see what this thing, how this thing will look on there, because I'm going to have to figure this out fairly quickly if I'm going to move forward, because I can't use that drain unless I have the proper spacing. So let's take a step back. I'm going to put that on the front of the engine. Let's see what's doing. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to run down the list of things that I've realized over the last couple of days just trying to get this buttoned up. Like I said, I'm doing the LS9 cam, not the Sloppy Stage 2 for now, mainly because I can just crank up the boost, and it's in the car. I want to see what's going on. So first, let's get down to business here on the engine. Let me just get you in here. I apologize if I'm a little rocky, but you'll notice I have the new timing cover plate on. I swapped over the cam sensor, so this is now a 3-bolt cam sensor setup like it was before, but it has the turbo drain down here at the bottom. Originally I was going to go with the Corvette accessory drive that you see here. It's part of it. I don't have the alternator there, but it's not the end of the world. What sucks though is that originally I was going to go with just using the Corvette alternator or the Corvette balancer. This setup that I currently have here is not going to work with that. So what it actually is used for is a truck setup. Now, they don't tell you that online. They say it'll work for anything but like an F-body bouncer. That is not correct. It will not work with a Corvette style one. And the reason why is I have actually the truck one in, and you'll see if you move in here, like this is the drain, you can actually get the drain in place and on here with that. It's actually not too bad to get it in place. See? And you can see, look at this freaking clearance. I'm going to loosen everything up. And then we're going to have to figure out what the hell I'm doing on this. It's not the end of the world. This is what happens when you're trying to like, slam dunk together a couple different systems. But one of the things that I am going to do, I got a smoking deal. I have an LS2 intake coming. I have an LS3 intake here. I think I'm actually covering up. No, good. I thought I was covering up the mic there. So hopefully you guys can hear everything I'm saying. But so what I'm going to end up doing is I actually have a couple of truck intakes on there. They're the 3-bolt style. I have a really good throttle body. And actually, I'll walk you over and you can take a look at that. But if you go in here, you can see I have a very beefy 4-bolt Holley EFI 95 millimeter throttle body, and this should work on your truck style intake. I don't know that 100%, but we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna see if it works. So I've got all the different things that I need to seal that. But this is gonna be one of those ones where we're kind of piecing parts together. I was able to get the balancer in place. I'm actually going to bolt this guy down. I'm using the truck style balancer. I honestly don't care. I'm fine with doing that. I do have plenty of brackets, so we're going to figure that out. We got a lot to do, guys. So we're just going to kind of keep plowing through and knocking this stuff out. I got plugs to change on the SS, and I got a surprise coming for the SS actually very, very soon from another DSX tuning part. I have the auxiliary pump on this. And I'm now getting, that's right, folks, I am running E85, and I have my tanks of E85 here sitting on the shelf that I will be using to transport my E85 from Mighty Joe's, which is up on way up on 206. It's about a good 45 minutes away, 30, 45 minutes away from me. But I'm going to do like a 30%, something like that. 30 to 50% E85 in this. And, a lot of folks are kind of on the fence about like, oh, well, E85 doesn't do much in naturally aspirated. As we know, this is not a naturally aspirated car. So when that part comes in, we'll get down to business. We will knock that out and start doing the work on that. Couple things I did want to point out, and this is a bit of a rambling, but I do have, I did get my 90 in for my mounting flange here, so that'll work out really nice. I'll be able to mount this. If you remember, remember from what I showed you guys before, this guy, sorry, it's a bit of a mess. I was gonna have this come off of the manifold and mount right here. So it'll be a perfect 90. It'll put me in like right about there. That'll actually be nice and flat. And then what I'll probably do is come up with a nice little bracket that maybe runs to the head here just to kind of support it in place. But, I'll bridge that gap when I get to it. I'll be able to do that out of a piece of steel. But then I'll just cut this guy off. I'll use the one that Holly supplies you. And, that'll be all she wrote. I got a lot of flanges. I got a lot of intakes here, some of which will probably be for sale. But like I said, guys, we got a lot going on, and I just want to drive this damn car, man, because it's been sitting around too long. So my goal for this, because I really have no idea what the heck the Cutlass is going to be able to do. I mean, I have a turbo that's capable of 950 horse. This 5.3 will eject the rods out of the bottom of the block well before that. So my best guess is I will play with this maybe in the 500 to 600 horse range for a while, see if I can run a 9 in it, push it to a 9. Transmission will be able to handle that. And then I'll probably either go with better rods in this. I have another 5.3 sitting on the shelf that I could put better rods in, i.e. the 4th gen rods. And I have a 6-liter sitting over there as well. So depending on what I really want to do, how stupid I want to get, I'll decide then. But I just want to get this together, test it out, and, see where we go. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to change the plugs on the SS. I'll probably do that. I don't know if I'm going to do that today or tomorrow. It's a beautiful day outside, albeit a little chilly. It's be a good day for me to get the car out and actually do some driving, so I may knock that out and then start messing with the Cutlass. So, all right, guys, how you doing? What I'm going to do, a quick plug change here, quick relative term. What I'm going to end up doing is regapping all the plugs. I got some brand new plugs, actually. Let me grab them for you. Hold on. Get this out of the way. There. And so one of the things that I ended up doing is picking up some brand new sets of plugs from NGK, our good old BR7 EF plugs. Are one heat range colder plug, yeah, colder, I believe. Is that true? They're one up, so I'm maybe giving misinformation. So one of the things I'm going to end up doing is non-projected tip, so you're not going to have an issue with detonation with these plugs. But one of the things that I am doing with this is gapping them differently. So I'm gapping in the 028. I had 025 originally. We're going to go 028. And like I had mentioned before, we're going to be running on E85, a mix of it. And then on race day, I'll go full E85, or as far as I can get it. But for now, I'm just going with the cans that you see on the shelf. I'll put in one jug of that every time I fill up, and we'll go from there. I just got to do the wiring of the sensor when it finally comes in, but I'm very excited about that. So what I'm going to do, just when I'm doing a plug change on this, like I said, I'm going to have to regap the plugs anyhow. So what I'm going to end up doing is pulling the last coil pack off. The reason it just makes it so much easier to get down in there and get the plugs out. So you guys don't need to watch that. That's boring. But I'm going to do the plug change now, and then when we get back, we'll fire it up. The reason why I'm doing this, actually fired the car up the other day and didn't let it really warm up much. But when I backed it out, tried to get it back into the garage, it was running horribly. So I'm pretty sure I fouled the plugs. They were not looking great when I checked them a couple days ago anyway, just because I've been doing a lot of tuning on this. So they were bound to be needing a new set anyhow. So I've got 16 plugs waiting to go, either going one in the set in the Cutlass or in here. So let's get these swapped out, and we'll get back to it, all right? Maybe we'll get a little bit of road videos with these things too, all right? Thanks, guys. Okay, just a quick pause in between change the plugs. I got all the plugs out on the driver's side. I just want to show you something because this cracked me up. This is my own stupidity and what not to do. I knew this is what happened as soon as I did it. Shame on me, but normally I fire the car up, you let it warm up a little bit, you let the tune kind of settle in, and you don't shut it right off. Especially when you got a car that's tuned somewhat conservatively, you're going to add more fuel. It is a really awesome way to foul the plugs. So here is what a brand new plug looks like. Okay, I don't know how well you can see that, but see in there, brand spanking new plug. All right. This is, we'll call it my crowning achievement. I just pulled this one out. This is what you would call a fouled plug, okay? This is insanity. Like, you know, this one stinks like gas. Look at this one. It's freaking wet. So what you don't do is fire the car up, back it out of the garage, and shut it off. Don't do that. So I don't know how well you can see this, hopefully. So I just thought you guys get a kick out of that because we all do stupid shit every once in a while. So here it is. That was my stupidity. Good thing I got brand new plugs to replace it. So let's finish up, guys, so we can take this for a ride, all right? Talk to you soon. All right, guys, just got back from a cruise with the SS. Just took it for a ride, did some more logging for Shane. Much happier. I am much happier with what's going on now. So, fresh plugs, Sunoco 93. There's probably a little bit of the Wawa crap still in the tank, but overall, very happy. Did third gear pulls to 3,000 to 6,000. Looked really good. This is a conservative tune. Regardless, that's fixed. I'm still dealing with some like weird part throttle stuff, mainly from like when you're like pulling onto a highway and then you're going low RPM and then you mash the gas and drive. It doesn't seem to like that. I don't know if it's just because the tires are breaking loose when it's doing that and it's trying to sort out stuff, but I had the traction control and everything off. So either way, I'm much happier with it. The car's running really well. We'll get some more driving vids with that. I wanted to take you over here to the Cutlass's engine here. So I torqued down the balancer using the truck bouncer, like I said. Everything works pretty well on this. I'm very happy with as far as that's concerned. I've got the front cover on, that's bolted down. Like I said, we're sticking with the LS9 cam in there for now. I just don't feel like pulling everything. I'm feeling like, I'm a little annoyed that I did it in the first place, but I'm going to stab everything back in. I'm going to get the starter back on, and I'll deal with the accessories later on. I'll figure that out because I want to get the turbo mocked up, and that's all on the passenger side of the car. So for now, I think that's all we're going to do for today. Stay tuned for our next video. It'll probably be tomorrow that I'll update. I'll upload this one tonight, and then we'll do the next one tomorrow because I'm trying not to make these too cumbersome. But thanks for watching, guys. We're making progress. I'm getting excited. I feel like an end is in sight for this thing. We might actually be able to enjoy this thing early next year. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.